Archangel Michael brings you an urgent message about someone who is drowning in shame. This person feels destroyed by guilt over their actions and the extent of their choices. They are consumed by what they have done. The weight of their shame is crushing their soul. They cannot sleep, cannot find peace, cannot breathe without feeling the heavy burden of their guilt. Before their spirit breaks completely, they need to confess everything to you. Their shame has grown so powerful that it's killing them from the inside. This confession cannot wait any longer. Archangel Michael has chosen you to receive their truth. You and this person share a soul connection that goes deeper than normal bonds. Their shame is so strong that it reaches across time and space to touch your spirit. Have you been feeling heavy emotions lately without knowing why? Maybe sudden waves of guilt that don't belong to you. Perhaps you've been carrying sadness that feels too big for your own life. These feelings are not yours alone. They are spiritual signals from someone whose shame is so deep it affects everyone connected to them. Archangel Michael can see how their guilt creates dark energy that flows toward you. He watches as their shame tries to find a way to reach your heart and mind. The unexplained heaviness you've felt is proof that their confession is already trying to break through to you. Their soul cannot rest until they tell you what they've done. This person's shame is not ordinary guilt. What they've done and the extent of their actions has created a spiritual poison that's destroying them completely. Every day their guilt grows stronger instead of weaker. The shame eats away at their soul like acid. They are running out of time before their spirit breaks forever under this terrible weight. Their confession holds the key to healing both your lives. Without speaking this truth, they cannot find peace, and you cannot understand certain painful events from your past. Archangel Michael stands ready to create a safe channel for this difficult confession. His divine protection surrounds both of you as this dark truth prepares to surface. You may notice shadows that seem to deepen your home, rooms that feel colder than they should, a heaviness in the air that makes it hard to breathe sometimes. These changes show their guilty spirit drawing near to you. They cannot cross over or find rest until they confess the full extent of what they've done to someone who matters. Like this video right now to open your spiritual channel to receive their confession and healing. Archangel Michael says this person has been carrying this terrible shame for years. It has grown like a cancer in their soul. Every day they planned to confess, but their fear of your reaction kept them silent. Now their guilt has become so unbearable that staying quiet hurts more than the fear of telling you. The shame of their actions and the extent of their choices has reached a breaking point. What they need to confess involves decisions that changed your life path. Actions they took that affected your future in ways you never knew. Their choices created consequences that rippled through your world. This truth will explain painful moments from your past that never made sense, the betrayals you felt but couldn't understand, the doors that closed when they should have stayed open, the opportunities that vanished without reason. That their shame runs deeper than simple regret. They know their actions caused you real harm. They see how their choices created suffering in your life. This knowledge has been eating them alive from the inside. Archangel Michael feels the urgency burning in their guilty soul. They have been torturing themselves with this secret for too long. Their spirit cannot heal until they speak every detail of what they've done. You were chosen to receive this confession because you have the right to know the truth. The actions they took were against you. The consequences fell on your life. You deserve to understand what really happened and why. Their shame has waited long enough. The time has come for everything to be revealed before their guilt destroys what's left of their soul. Type forgive now to strengthen the spiritual bridge that will carry their confession safely to your heart. Archangel Michael says signs of their guilty presence have been growing strong around you. Dark shadows moving where no shadows should be. Electronics acting strange as their shame disrupts normal energy patterns. You may have felt sudden cold drafts in warm rooms, places where The temperature drops and stays cold for no reason. These are areas where their guilt is trying to manifest and take shape. Your dreams have become darker and more troubling lately. Nightmares about betrayal or being hurt by people you trusted. These are not random dreams, but their guilty conscience, trying to prepare you for their confession. This person pours all their remaining spiritual energy into reaching you. As their shame grows stronger, their need to confess becomes desperate. They focus every thought on finding a way to tell you the truth. Archangel Michael works to amplify these guilt signals so you can receive them clearly. Without his divine help, their shame would be too dark and heavy for your spirit to handle safely. You might have heard sounds of crying when you're alone, whispers of apology that seem to come from empty air. These are their attempts to begin the confession process. From the spirit world, the shame they carry has been protected and hidden for this exact moment. It has grown in darkness, waiting for the perfect time to be brought into the light. That time arrives now, as their soul can no longer bear the weight. Their guilty energy grows more desperate each day as the confession moment approaches. The wall between your worlds grows thinner as their need to tell you everything becomes stronger than their fear of your reaction. If you wish to strengthen your spiritual protection during this difficult confession, you can give super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or more. Each offering creates divine armor around your heart and honors the sacred process of receiving someone's deepest shame and guilt. The confession draws closer to you now. Type 777 to fully open your spiritual channel to receive their truth. Archangel Michael says time grows critical. This person's shame has reached a point where it will either be released through confession or destroy their soul completely. The window to speak their truth narrows with each passing moment. You must prepare yourself to hear things that will shock and hurt you. Their confession contains actions so shameful they have never spoken them aloud to anyone. The extent of what they've done goes deeper than you can imagine. The truth they've hidden has waited years for someone strong enough to receive it. It has searched for the perfect moment when both divine protection and spiritual strength would be available. That moment rushes toward you now as their guilt reaches its breaking point. You stand at the threshold of understanding events that shaped your life in painful ways. What you learn will illuminate betrayals that stayed hidden in shadow. It will bring answers to questions that have tortured your heart for years. The atmosphere around you feels electric with the energy of approaching confession. A thickness in the air that makes everything feel heavy and important. This is their shame gathering enough courage to finally speak. Archangel Michael works overtime to keep this confession channel safe and protected. He knows how dangerous it is for your spirit to receive such dark truth without divine armor. He sees how this confession will either heal or harm both of you. You may feel pressure in your chest that makes it hard to breathe. A weight pressing down on your heart. This is their guilt trying to transfer some of its burden to you before the full confession arrives. After you hear their truth, your understanding of the past will never be the same. How you see certain people and events will change forever. Type 333 now to receive divine strength and protection for the difficult confession approaching you. Archangel Michael says the confession concerns actions they took that directly betrayed your trust and damaged your life. The shame they feel comes from knowing they hurt someone they cared about through their selfish choices. This person made decisions that put their own needs above your well-being. They chose paths that they knew would cause you pain. They watched as their actions created suffering in your world and did nothing to stop it. The guilt eating them alive comes from seeing how their betrayal changed you. They witnessed your pain and confusion when their actions affected your life. They saw you struggle with problems they created, but kept silent about their role. Find quiet moments to prepare your heart for what's coming. Sit in stillness and ask Archangel Michael to surround you with protective light. Their confession will cut deep, but healing lives on the other side of truth. You may feel invisible hands on your shoulders, as they try to comfort you before speaking their shame. A gentle touch that comes from nowhere but feels familiar. This is their way of asking for forgiveness before the words are spoken. Keep objects of spiritual protection near you: crystals, religious symbols, or items that bring you peace. These physical anchors will help stabilize your energy when their dark truth is revealed. The space between sleeping and waking is when their guilt speaks loudest. They will try to confess through dreams first, preparing your spirit gently for the full truth. Archangel Michael clears all spiritual blocks that might prevent you from receiving their confession. With strength and wisdom, his light creates a safe container for this painful but necessary exchange. If you wish to honor this sacred process of confession and healing, you can give super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or more. Each offering strengthens the divine protection around both your hearts and shows your commitment to truth and forgiveness. Type 999 now to strengthen your spiritual armor for receiving their deepest shame and guilt. Archangel Michael says the moment of full confession arrives now. The person's guilty energy fills every corner of your space. They stand at the edge between worlds, ready to speak the shame that has been destroying them. The air around you feels thick with the weight of unspoken truth. Every breath carries the heaviness of their approaching words. This is the atmosphere of a soul finally ready to break its silence about terrible choices. Their spiritual strength has been saved entirely for this moment. What little peace they had left has been sacrificed to gather courage for this confession. They have held on through spiritual agony to reach this point where truth must be spoken. The shame they carry is about to be laid bare before you. It stands ready to transform your understanding of past betrayals and future healing. Long buried questions will finally receive their painful but liberating answers when they begin to confess. You might feel waves of emotion washing through your body: anger, sadness, disappointment, and perhaps unexpected relief. These feelings confirm that their truth is reaching the deepest parts of your soul. Archangel Michael holds both your spirits steady as this dangerous exchange takes place. His energy creates an unbreakable bridge that allows their confession to pass safely from their tortured soul to your protected heart. The person has fought through terror and self-hatred to reach this moment. Through years of guilt and shame, they have finally chosen truth over continued hiding. Their courage speaks to how desperately they need your forgiveness. You stand at the threshold of hearing everything. What comes next will hurt, but will also set both your souls free from the prison their shame has created. Type truth now to complete the confession channel and receive the full weight of their shame and guilt. Archangel Michael says the confession has been delivered. Their deepest shame has crossed from their tortured soul to your protected heart. What was hidden in darkness has now been brought into healing light. You may feel overwhelmed by the weight of what they've shared: anger at their betrayal mixed with sadness for their suffering, relief that the truth is finally known combined with grief for what was lost. The person's energy begins to lighten around you. Having released the shame that was killing their spirit, they can now begin their journey toward redemption. They have found the courage to face their truth. The burden they carried alone for so long has now been shared. Their confession becomes the first step toward healing for both your wounded souls. Type forgive to seal this divine confession and begin the sacred healing process between your souls.